Hayom Adonai Nagila V'nismacha Bo. This is God's day. This is God's day. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Rejoice that Aubrey will be leading us in worship and in Torah. Rejoice that we get to celebrate Shabbat, all of us together. That we may be able to be focused on the sacredness of this moment, in this sacred space, in this sacred time, in the sacred community we are bringing together. Allow me to draw your attention to our prayer book, Mishkan Tefillah. You will need this to follow along. You will note, for those unfamiliar with our prayer book, you will note it goes the Hebrew direction, from front to back. Don't panic. You will note that all of the Hebrew has been rendered into English characters, has been transliterated for your convenience. And you will also notice that some of the English is either italicized or indented or otherwise indicated that you should join in together. And my hope and prayer in this moment is that that is exactly what happens, that we're able to join in prayer together, that we're able to join in study together, that we lift our voices in music together. A reminder that because this is a worship service, there is no photography allowed during the service, despite your need to Instagram the moment. That can be fulfilled later. And while you may feel called upon by God, it will not be on your cell phone. There is no app for that, and the text we will receive is going to be coming from there, not from here. So if we could silence all of our mobile devices to make sure we can be fully focused at this worship service. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our service begins on page 172 as we rise for the singing of Matov.
Tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani berov chastecha avo beitecha eshtachaveh el heichal kodshecha beiratecha. Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael.
We continue on page 173. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you've made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, we're one of them to fail, how well we are aware. We would lack the strength to sustain life before you. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, source of our health and strength.
Baruch atah Adonai, rofeh chol basar umafli la'asot.
The soul that you have given me, O God, is pure. You created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as I have breath, therefore I will give thanks to you, my God and God of all ages, source of all being, loving guide of every human spirit.
Baruch atah Adonai, asher biado nefesh kol chai, beruach kol basar ish. On page 175. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasech vivina, lehavchin ben yom uvein laila. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who opens the eyes of the blind.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asuri.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who frees the captive.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufi.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who lifts up the fallen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, rokah haaretz al hamayim.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who stretches the earth over the waters.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who strengthens our steps.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumi.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who clothes the naked.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten la ya'if koach.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who gives strength to the weary.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'enai utenuma me'af apai.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who made me the image of God.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani ben chorin.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me free.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has made me a Jew.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bigvura.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who girds Israel with strength.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael betif'ara.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who crowns Israel with splendor. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Adonai, our God, makes the words of your Torah sweet to us and the house of Israel. Your people, that we and our children may be lovers of your name and students of your Torah. We praise you, O God, teacher of Torah to our people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed Torah le'amo Yisrael.
These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are
Honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
Our service continues on page 194. Please rise.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'b'yom echon u'b'chayir chol ben Yisrael ba'gala Ubizman karif v'imru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach, le'alam ulal me'al maya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, ve'yitadar ve'yit'aleh, ve'yithalal, shemei de'kudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'aminan be'alma v'imru, Amen.
Please rise.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer ur uvarei choshech, oseh shalom uvarei et hakol, hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha barachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh bereshit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma asita, ma'ah ha'aretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shavach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or she'asita yefa'arucha sela, or chadash al Tzion ta'ir, v'nizkeh chulanu mehera le'oro, Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'me'orot.
Our service continues on page 199.
Page 199.
O God, inspiration and guide for all, you've spoken in 1,000 tongues for us to hear. In every land and every age, your children have heard you and imagined you in separate ways. And yet, O God, you are one, unifier of humanity.
We give thanks for the sages and teachers who bring us understanding of your will. Gratefully we recall the lawgivers and prophets, the psalmists and sages of Israel, and joyfully we remember that from the dawn of Israel's life, we would turn to you and find purpose.
May the teachings of our ancestors live in our minds, and their passion for righteousness stir in our hearts. Help us to live so that our daily conduct reveals the beauty and wisdom of your truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, habocher b'amo Yisrael b'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto,
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך
ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Our service continues on page 203. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Yai die 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 die. Yai die 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 die. Ya die 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 die. Yai die 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 die. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Shira charashar shibechu geulim, לשמחה על שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופרח ינומך יהודה וישראל, גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Please rise for the Amidah.
Together, starting at the bottom of 207. You are the open door that beckons me in. Peeking around the door frame, I begin to enter into your glory. You move me forward, O Eternal, to step beyond self-made boundaries. Lift my foot over the threshold that I might abide with you. In In the house of the Eternal I found my questions. Waiting to be posed, they filled me with wonder. Sit with me, Eternal Teacher. Encourage my seeking. As I fill my hours with your mitzvot, so shall I be filled. Send me through your doors, stretching up to honor your name, sharing out this wonder, enriching myself in the giving. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol.
מקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני מקומות. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. משיבך אלוהינו, מפינו לא יבוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. עם מקדשי שביעי שבת, כולם ישבעו ויתענגו מטובך שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו שבת, חמדת ימין אותו קראת שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקורא עונג שבת. זכר Zecher
Zecher
L'maaseh Bereshit Shabbat
Shabbat
Zecher
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 L'maaseh Bereshit Shabbat Yismechu b'malechutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat B'korei Oneg Shabbat Yismechu b'malechutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat B'korei Oneg Shabbat.
Bottom of 211. Let's read together. The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to holiness in time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Top of the next page.
Retzei, Retzei, Retzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael utefilatam be'avat tekabel utehi leratzon tamid Utehi leratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Baruch atah Adonai she'otecha levarecha be'yirat navod she'otecha levarecha be'yirat navod.
We turn to page 214. Every service gives us the opportunity to give thanks, and that is what we do in this moment as we repeat the words Modim Nachnu Lach. Page 214. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. Modim Nachnu Lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons.
Modim Nachnu Lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim Nachnu Lach.
For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
Modim Nachnu Lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared. Modim Nachnu Lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim Nachnu Lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim Nachnu Lach.
We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Together at the bottom of 216. Page 216. O God, may we never become complacent, faltering in our effort to build a world of peace. Let the nations know and understand that justice and right are better than dominion and conquest. May all come to see that it is not by might nor by power, but by your Spirit that life prevails. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael bashalom. We offer up whatever prayer the heart may prompt.
sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed berachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, Barcheinu yotzreinu kulanu ke'echad be'or panecha, ki be'or panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed berachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, Torat chaim ve'ahavat chesed, u'tzedaka uvracha berachamim, ve'chaim ve'shalom, sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed berachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha, v'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol eit u'bechol sha'a bishlomecha. Sim shalom, tova uvracha, chen v'chesed berachamim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael amecha.
We segue now to what we call our Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our service for the reading of Torah. In Judaism, we understand that taking Scripture out, it is like we are standing at Sinai receiving the Torah once again. We're about to go through that part of our service. And for this part of our service, we welcome forward members of Aubrey's family to join us up on the bima. Standing at our ark doors, we welcome forward her brothers Connor and Kyle. Pick a door, either door. Later on, they will also be doing an aliyah. They will be doing the blessings before and after the Torah reading, along with their grandparents, Norman and Bobby. And then they're going to be sitting up on the bima, but we're not there yet. We also welcome up onto the bima Adam Ertel. Later, we'll be asking Owen Shapiro to join us as well, but not for the moment. And Adam, you can sit in that chair. It's got your name on it. Yes. Not that chair. Yes, that chair. I wish I could say it was comfy. It's good. It's all right. It's all right. And while they're not coming up onto the bima, we are thrilled to be able to celebrate with Aubrey's grandparents, Tom and Ann. Third time's the charm. Third time around. And it's always a joy to be able to see you guys and to welcome you guys all the way across the pond and into our sanctuary. And I think I got everybody. Anybody think they have a part? No? Okay, cool.
Our service continues with the Torah service on page 244. Please rise.
Ein kamocha va Elohim Adonai ve'ein kema'asecha Malchutcha malchut kol olamim Umemshaltecha bechol dor vador Adonai melech, Adonai malach Adonai imloch le'olam ba'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom.
V'zot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael. This is the Torah, a light for our eyes, a guide for our ways, black fire on white fire, passed down from generation to generation in an unending shalshelet lekabbalah, an unending chain of transmission. From Moses to Joshua, Joshua to the elders to the prophets to the sages to all of us, and now Aubrey, from your grandparents and your parents to you, that you may be that next link in this chain of tradition.
Aubrey, congratulations on your bat mitzvah, and soon you will get to enjoy your party. We normally think of how parents teach their children and how children learn from their parents, and hopefully we do a good job of raising you, Aubrey. What you may not be aware of is how you teach us. We think you're the most empathetic person we know. Your ability to gauge others' feelings and intuitively know what they need is amazing and something we all learn from. We consider ourselves so fortunate to witness your kindness and the generosity of your spirit to all those around you. Your brothers may be an exception to this. You have many friends here. Some are from school and some are from tennis. For your tennis friends, many will have seen or experienced this. When two of your friends are playing each other and the match is over, you run up to your friend that lost and give a big conciliatory hug, then run up to your friend that won and give a big congratulatory hug. You empathize with both friends and feel so genuinely happy for your friend that won and so genuinely sad for your friend that lost. I'm sure school friends that are here can relate in school ways because the friend at school having a rough day, rough experiences, receive the same warmth and the connection that the friend that lost the tennis match receives. When I ask you about your day at school, you frequently first tell me about a friend you were sad for, a friend that received an unfair detention, and the teacher was wrong, and you feel for your friend. You have such an infectious smile and laugh. It's so genuine, endearing, and engaging, and makes those around you feel happier when you're there. Even if your infectious laughter sometimes lands your friends in trouble from time to time. Aubrey, you're incredibly humble and modest, and you probably don't have a real sense of how profoundly positive you affect others. Your compassion, spirit, and empathy are amazing. Thank you for being such a great example to us as parents to be better people. Our blessing to you is to continue being the kind, fun, and wonderful person you are. We have, hope you never doubt your worth, and you will always know that you're loved, valued, and bring us all great joy. We hope your confidence continues to grow and you become everything you dream to be.
And let us say, all of us together, Amen.
Assembled people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities, to hear, to learn, to revere, Adonai, your God, who observe faithfully the words of this Torah, and let their children, who do not yet know it, hear that they too may learn to revere Adonai, your God. Our service continues on page 248.
Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael mikdushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo Gadol Adonai iti Uniromema Shemo Yachdav Lecha Adonai HaGedorah VeHaGevora VeHaTiferet VeHaNetzach VeHakol Yikol Hashamayim Haaretz Yikol Hashamayim Haaretz Lerosh. Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Al HaTorah ve'al avodah, ve'al gemilut chasadim, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al gemilut chasadim.
We can set aside our prayer books, our Siddurim, and we can take up our Chumashim, our study text of Torah. And I'm going to invite, I'm going to hold this one up so you know what I'm talking about. Helpfully, it says the Torah on it. So if you're not sure, that's what you're looking for. We tried, oh well. We are in Parashat Tetzaveh, reading from Exodus chapter 27, beginning with verse 20. You can find the reading on page 563 in your commentary, in your Torah book, page 563. We got two things being described in this Torah portion. One is the priestly garments that Aaron and his sons are going to wear, which Aubrey is going to be talking about in her Devar Torah. But there's something else that she is chanting about, and we have it in this room, or something like it. What's that above the ark? The Ner Tamid. Right. What's a Ner Tamid? What does it mean? We read those exact words in this Torah portion. It means an eternal light. Moses is commanded by God that Aaron and his son should keep a Ner Tamid, a light burning all the time, continuously. And that this is a Chok Olam Ledorotam. This is a law forever and ever, for every generation. This is a rule to always be kept. Now, the light they're talking about is an actual open fire that was kept in the tabernacle in a time when we did sacrifices 3,000 years ago. What does that have to do with an electric light? We are reminded when we see that light in literally every Jewish sanctuary everywhere. You know it is a Jewish sanctuary, whether it is a building like this one, or a chapel on a hill at a camp, or any place else you can imagine, because there is an eternal light. There is a light burning all the time, as a reminder to us of God's presence in the world, and a reminder to us as well of our obligation to be a light ourselves in the world. It's not enough for there to be a beautiful piece of art in a sanctuary that people see once a week. We ourselves have to be a light in the world to those we encounter and to bring light into the world. So something to think about as Aubrey's chanting her Torah portion. For our first aliyah, for our first opportunity to bless the Torah before and after the reading, we call forward Aubrey's grandparents, Norman and Bobby, as well as her brothers, Connor and Kyle, to recite blessings. Mi sheberach avotenu v'imotenu, hu yevarech et Naftali ben Tzvi, Betty bat Avraham, Avraham ben Esther, v'Natan ben Esther, she'alu lichvod Torah.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Ve'ata tetzaveh et bnei Yisrael, v'ikuhu eilecha shemen zayitza, katit lamaor la'alot ner tamid, be'ohel moed michutz laparochet asher al he'edut, yaroch oto Aharon uvanav me'erev ad boker lifnei Adonai. Adonai hukat olam l'dorotam me'et b'nei Yisrael. Ve'ata hakrev elecha et Aharon achicha ve'banav ito mito b'nei Yisrael lecha hanoli Aharon Nadav Avihu Elazar ve'itamar b'nei Aharon.
Amen. Come on over this way. Come. Come stand right over here next to the camera. And then, for our second aliyah, we call upon Aubrey's parents, Emily and Bruce, to recite blessings before and after the reading. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu hu yavarech et Esther bat Naftali Beri she'alta lichvod Torah. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Ata Adonai Eloheinu.
Ve'asita vikte kodesh l'Aharon achicha lechavod u'letif'aret. Ve'ata tedaber el kol chochmei lev asher meletiv ruach chochma. Ve'asu et vikte Aharon lechadsho lechahanoli. Ve'ele habegadim asher ya'asu choshen ve'efod u'me'il u'chatonet tashbetz mitznefet ve'avnet ve'asu bigdei kodesh l'Aharon achicha u'levanav lechahanoli. Ve'hem yikahu et hazahav ve'et hatechelet ve'et ha'argaman ve'et tola'at hashani ve'et hashem.
Amen. And for our third and final aliyah, we call upon our bat mitzvah, our balat kri'ah. We call upon Aubrey Nisbet to recite the blessings before and after the reading.
Ta'amot, 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 bracha bat Esther, habachurat habat mitzvah, chazak, chazak.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamivarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Va'asu et ha'ephod zahav techelet vargamon tola'at shani v'shesh mashzar ma'aseh choshev shetei chetefot u'verot yihye lo el shnei ketzotav v'chubar v'choshev afudato asher alav kema'asehu mimenu yihye zahav techelet בתולעת שני ושש משזר, ולא כפתה את שתי אבני שולחן, ופיתחת עליהם שמות בני ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. We call Owen Shapiro back on up for the first time to help dress the Torah, and we rise as one congregation for Hagbah and Galilah, the lifting up and dressing. Owen, you're done. You're off duty. Connor and Kyle go over here. Emily goes over there. The cantor goes back to his seat. Everybody goes back to where they belong. All good. Our Haftarah this morning comes from the book of Esther. Not Emily's book, even though that's her Hebrew name, but from the biblical book of Esther, which for those of you who are familiar might go, that's not one of the prophets. That's not like Isaiah or Jeremiah. Why are we doing Esther? What's happening on Wednesday in the Jewish world? Chag Purim. We have our holiday of Purim, where we celebrate the story that happens in the book of Esther. Aubrey is going to specifically be reading from the close to the end, not entirely the end of the book, but close to the end, sort of the climax of the story, chapter 7 in the book of Esther, beginning with verse 1. You can read it, follow along in the reading on page 1453, 1453, 1453 in the Plow. If you go back to the prayer book and go, there's not a page 1453 in here, you're right, it's in the Plout. Esther chapter 7, beginning with verse 1.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nevi'im tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah v'Moshe avdo v'Yisrael amo v'nevi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek.
Amen.
The king and Haman came to feast with Queen Esther. On the second day, the king again asked Esther at the wine feast, "What is your wish, Queen Esther? It shall be granted to you. And what is your request? Even to half the kingdom, it shall be fulfilled." Queen Esther replied, "If your majesty will do me the favor, and if it pleases your majesty, let my life be granted to me as my wish, and my people as my request. For we have been sold, my people and I, to be destroyed, massacred, and exterminated. Had we only been sold as bondmen and bondwomen, I would have kept silent, for the adversary is not worthy of the king's trouble." Thereupon King Ahasuerus demanded of Queen Esther, "Who is he and where is he who dared to do this?" "The adversary and enemy," replied Esther. "It is the evil Haman." And Haman cringed in terror before the king and the queen. The king in his fury left the wine feast for the palace garden, while Haman remained to plead with Queen Esther for his life, for he saw that the king had resolved to destroy him. When the king returned from the palace garden to the banquet room, Haman was lying prostrate on the couch on which Esther reclined. "Does he mean," cried the king, "to ravish my queen in my own palace?" No sooner did these words leave the king's lips than Haman's face was covered. The Harbona, one of the one of the eunuchs in attendance of the king, said, "What is more, a stake is standing at Haman's house, 50 cubits high, which Haman made for Mordecai, the man whose words saved the king. Impale him on it," the king ordered. So they impaled Haman on the stake which he had put up for Mordecai, and the king's fury abated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tor kol haolamim, tzadik b'chol haderot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber u'mekayem, shekol devarav, emet v'tzedek. Al ha'torah, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al ha'nevi'im, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, lichavod u'letifaret. Al ha'kol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umvarchim otach, yisparach shimcha b'fi kol chai, tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Our service continues on page 256. Please rise.
Yes. Put that at the beginning of the talk. You can't hold two at the same time. Oh, you're going to make it hard on yourself, too. Up and down. Where do you go? What do you do? You only practiced it 3 times. It's okay.
Let us praise the name of Adonai. Your God's name alone is exalted.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado. Holdom al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'alo, tehila lechol chasidav.
Wise is simple. God's precepts are right, delighting the mind. God's mitzvot are clear, giving light to the eyes. God's word is pure, enduring forever. God's judgments are true, and altogether just.
Seated, and we invite Aubrey's family members to go and return to their seats off in the pews.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you all so much for joining me on my special day. My Torah portion is Tetzaveh. God wants Aaron and his sons to serve as high priests. God is then very specific about the clothes they must wear and the command for all who are skillful to make these priestly clothes. There is so much focus on the clothes and how priests must present themselves. It made me think, why is it really that important to hear all these specifics? Who really cares what Aaron and his sons wore? Wouldn't God appreciate what's on the inside? Isn't that what we're all taught? Don't judge a book by its cover? I thought about how this relates to my life. I do dress a certain way to do different things. At school, we've spent a lot of time working on revising our dress code, It has been interesting to work with other students and teachers to discuss what our clothes represent and how we are seen depending on what we wear. Clothes do make an impression, and often what we see on the outside leads us to make judgments about people. As part of my mitzvah project, I spend time with older adults. I work with a volunteer coordinator at the Brandywine Village Network to find ways to be of service. Through this program, I've met Miss Ruth. Miss Ruth has so many plants. There must be 25 plants in her house, so she asked me for help watering them. I thought this would be the easiest job ever. When I first came over and met her, I saw her using a walker and assumed that she would be frail. Well, it turned out these plants are huge and heavy, and they're up so high. She has them at all different levels. They need to be brought down and watered in the sink individually. And then, when I rearrange them all again, I vacuum and clean up the stray water. It is seriously a lot of work. I always ask her how she did this on her own. She is really amazing. Who would have thought she had her own business? I assume many things by her appearance. She has a lot of opinions and as sharp as can be. Just like Aaron used his community to help him make clothes and present a certain way, I think it's important that we act as a community and help our neighbors live to their potential. Helping Miss Ruth water her plants makes her feel more comfortable in her house and makes me feel like I'm contributing to the community. I feel as though God's message is that presentation is important, but even more important is using your village to help and support each other. I'm fortunate to be a part of so many different communities. So many of my friends from school and my tennis life have joined me here today, and I am so thankful. Tennis is such an individual sport, but I'm fortunate to have amazing friends to train and compete with. I'm lucky to have my Oma and Opa live close and spend time with, and I'm so thankful for my family that flew here from Scotland to be with us today, and my uncle from Hawaii. Thank you to all my teachers, Rabbi and Cantor, for working hard with me. My brothers pretend like they don't like me most of the time, but I'm sure they secretly do. Dad, you're my favorite coach, and Mom, you're my biggest support. I thank you all for sharing this important day with me. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi. I'm Kim Von Melton, the president of the congregation, and I have some gifts for you today. You have done an absolutely wonderful job. I know your parents and all your family are so very proud of you. You've done good.
Thank you.
Time for a deep breath. We did it. I like this wee stuff, right? Here's a Kiddush cup from the Brotherhood and Sisterhood of the congregation. We have your Bat Mitzvah certificate, and we also have a copy of the Mishkan Tiflah that everyone's been using today, just for you, for Aubrey Nisbet. May your heart be hallowed by this book of prayer, courageous in its faith. May you ever bow low before God and stand upright before mortals. Loyal to its message, may you love peace and pursue it, love all people and bring them nigh unto God's Torah. Presented by a congregation Beth Emeth, Wilmington, Delaware. Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with thy God. You have been, as you were apparently to your friend at Brandywine Village Network, a light unto her and a light unto all of us today. You've done a fantastic job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I know what you did today for you was a stretch. I'm not talking about the preparation, and I want to be clear about that. I'm not talking about the Hebrew. I'm not talking about the work. I mean stepping onto the bimah and being the center of attention. We were speaking in my study earlier, and we were talking about the fact that we wear robes, right? Going back to our Torah portion, we're wearing special clothing that allow us to kind of hide within them a little bit. We put on the role, which means you get to hide a little bit in the role. Yeah. And yet it's still you. And this, I know, is outside your comfort zone. You would rather be helping behind the scenes. You, much like your parents, especially your mom, would rather be in the background, frankly, your grandmother as well, making sure everything is just so, making sure everyone is taken care of, making sure, as your dad was saying before, everyone gets that emotional support, gets that hug that they need in that moment. Believe it or not, they're related. What does being up here doing this have to do with all of those things? Because fundamentally, being bat mitzvah is about being a part of the community. It's about taking your place in the minyan, which is the word we use, and knowing that your place is equal and important and essential. That it doesn't matter whether your role is standing in front of everyone or being that person who makes sure everyone's taken care of behind the scenes. It's all community. It's all about being a part of that village you were talking about. So my prayer for you today is this. Continue to stretch yourself. Just because you're more comfortable with the one doesn't mean you shouldn't continue to do the other. And continue to do the other. Continue to be that person, because that is what makes community community. And that is, at the end of the day, all of our obligation to one another. That's what mitzvah is all about. It's my pleasure to share words of charge with you before the open ark, and for that I invite this congregation to rise. Come on.
May you be blessed as you go on your way. May you be guided in peace. May you be blessed with health and joy. May this be her blessing. Amen. 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 May this be her blessing. Amen. 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 May this be her blessing. Amen. May you be sheltered by the wings of peace. May you be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to your soul. May this be her blessing. Amen. Please join me. Amen. Amen. May this be her blessing. Amen. 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 May this be her blessing. Amen.
Kyle and Connor, would you join us back up on the bima? May God bless you and keep you and guard you and guide you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha
God's light shine in you, shine upon you, inspire you, and be gracious to you. May you feel God's presence in your life. May you be blessed with peace, and may you fulfill your name and be a bracha, a blessing to all you encounter. As we say together, Amen. We'll remain standing as we turn back to our prayer books to page 282. Page 282 for Elena Lishabeth. On page 294, however brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. If you are in the first 30 days of your mourning, the period of Shiloshim, I invite you to rise at this time. And if you are in the first year of your mourning, I invite you to rise. If on this Shabbat you observe a yahrzeit, the anniversary of a loved one's passing, I invite you to rise at this time. And remembering the martyrs of our people and those who died 1 week ago in Florida, I ask all of us to rise as we join together in Kaddish Yatom in Mourner's Kaddish. Yet Gadal v'yet Kadash Shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hiruteh v'amlich malchuteh, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach leolam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh.
V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei d'kudusha
B'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom araba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. As one congregation, we remember Deborah Savin, Dorothy Litwin, Martin Wagner, Boris C. Allen, George Kramer, Marilyn Cutler, Louis Goldberg, Alan Konofsky, Gittel Kyle, Reba Levin, Nathan Levy, Israel Nosneski, Michael Polikoff, Harry Resnick, Manuel Roth, Frank Rudnick, Henrietta Yetta Sirota, Harold Snyder, and Susan Stein. And I would ask if you're a guest in this congregation or if you have a name to add, feel free to do so as my eyes scan around the room. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing as we say, Amen. Please be seated. Mazal Tov once again to Aubrey, to you, and to your family. I'm having a funny moment right now because you are the third of your family to celebrate Bar Bat Mitzvah and the Bima. And I mean what I've said to you a few times. I hope I get to have you up on the Bima again. It's been a joy to be able to work with you, and I know the celebration that is to follow, which I know you are anticipating, as well as your friends are anticipating with glee, is one that is full of simcha, but that the day is also one that is full of significance for you, and that when you step off this bima and when you're thinking about this day, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, that you remember and this day means something to you. Welcome to all of our guests. It is wonderful to have you here, whether you came from as far away as Beth Shalom around the corner or as close as Scotland. It is so great to be able to celebrate with each and every one of you. And it is a joy to be able to make Shabbat, all of us together. You are all welcome all the time if you want to join us for services, and hope you will do so again. In a moment, we're going to conclude this service, and then we're going to make Kiddush and Hamotzi from the Bima, which will allow us then to go into our celebration together as a community. We will anticipate that, however, with our closing song led by our cantor, Mark Stanton, and our music director, Dennis Stewart, who lead us in song, always with love and with joy. So we're going to turn our attention to them.
We rise for the singing of Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha, bo lefanav birnana. Worship God with gladness. Come into God's presence with singing and clapping, and you can put your books down and please join me. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha. 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 Bo lefanav birnana. Yal-la-la-la-la-la, 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 yal-la-la-la-la. Yal-la-la-la-la-la, yal-la-la-la-la-la, yal-la-la-la-la-la-la. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha.
You can find the words for Kiddush Hagadol on page 300.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. לחיים. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.